Well, returning home. With the Loporrits in Urianger's capable hands, we needn't worry about our affairs here in our absence. Knowing now the face of their earthly collaborators, there's much to discuss with Fourchenault and the others. Let us return to the Tower of Babel. Our battle for the star will soon begin in earnest, and we must be prepared. Gods, I can scarcely believe we went to the moon and back. But we'll have time to reflect on that later. Right now we have to get back to Camp Broken Glass and deliver a thoroughly detailed report to Lucia. I'd like very much to know how everyone is getting on here as well. They'd only just begun to treat the tempered prisoners when we left. I share your curiosity, but warning our allies in the final days is of greater importance. I speak not only of the contingent, of course. The heads of state of every nation must know what we have learned. We know not when or where in what manner the final days will begin to manifest, and so we must see that everyone is prepared. Agreed, though we may wish to stress the importance of discretion lest the public be sent into a panic. Not that anyone in a position of responsibility should need be told as much, but it bears repeating. Anyway, first things first. To Camp Broken Glass. It's good to see you again. No worse for your lunar adventure, I hope. We've done what we can for now, and believe me, we intend to tell you all about it. But before we do, might you tell us what's become of Garlemald in our absence? We succeeded in subduing the Tempered inside the Tower of Babel. We took many alive, but combined with those who are already in our custody, the number requiring care has grown exponentially. The inclement conditions here have made it difficult, if not impossible, to treat them all here, and so we have petitioned the aid of the allied nations. Some are understandably hesitant to proffer assistance, particularly those that were but recently subject to imperial occupation. That said, several others have agreed to grant them refuge for treatment. With the assistance of your fellow Scions, we endeavor to see them safely transported and subsequently cured of their tempering. Will all the tempered be relocated? Not all, no. We have sufficient shelter to attend to those whose treatment has begun, and enough healers have volunteered to remain until their patients have recovered. Julius is one such patient, though he is not yet fit to receive visitors. Truth be told, it was a miracle he and those in his company were not harmed in the chaos. If not for Fourchenault and Alizé's timely assistance, I dare say none of them would be with us today. My good little kids. In light of recent developments, have the Alliance leaders come to any decisions regarding Garlemald? Given the tremendous ramifications of what has happened here, it will take some time to determine what must be done. In the meantime, they intend to work with the Eastern Alliance to keep a close watch on the provinces. We have other news to share. Shortly after Anima was defeated, we received reports that each and every tower has vanished. For a mercy, the process was apparently not quite as violent as that you experienced in Thavnair. Those who are trapped within them have been rescued and are receiving treatment. To hasten this endeavor, the beast tribes have received... You're still calling them beast tribes, though. Whatever. The beast tribes have received instruction in the magics needed to cure tempering. Master Matoya is no doubt thrilled the Mother Porksy affords her so many visitors. Yes, and we are grateful for her ongoing efforts, as well as those of our comrades near and far. As for the contingent, several of our members have been granted leave to continue to return to their homelands after the transfer of Tempered had been completed. Lucia and I will remain, along with a small force to continue offering aid to those here in Garlemald. The Empire may be no more, but there are yet those who call these lands home. I believe that accounts for recent events here. So, what of the moon and the Loporrits? That is a long fucking story. You better sit down. The final days. Gods, I pray your victory would mark the end of our troubles. There is still much we do not know, but the Alliance leaders must be told. Would you be willing to contact them in our stead? That's a hell of a message to send. Yes, of course, I will send word forthwith. We'll also release your fellow Scions from their present duties, that they may return to Sharlayan. Your energies are better spent finding a means to avert the coming apocalypse. Speaking of your fellow Scions, you'll be happy to hear that Mistress Kryl, though still on the mend, has been moved to the Baldessian Annex and given into Taro's care. Thank you. I look forward to seeing both of them upon our return. Let us be on our way then. One last thing, if I may. After your confrontation with Zodiark, you said Xenos took his leave, and in all likelihood he has returned here to Garlemald. I have a mind to dispatch scouts to try and ascertain his whereabouts, but first I wish to ask you if you believe there is merit in doing so. Yeah, if they found him, they would not likely live to tell the tale. If you're expecting a trail of destruction to follow, you won't find one. An admirable but futile endeavor. Yeah, if they found him, they're going to be dead, so please don't do that. I suppose you're right. To dispatch good soldiers in pursuit of such a beast would be to send them to their deaths. Pray forget I entertained the notion. While on the subject of Xenos, the 10th Legion has made an official proclamation. They denounce the Crown Prince and condemn his role in the Empire's downfall. His very title has become a source of shame around his former subjects, and its continued use serves only to hinder relations with foreign nations. For this reason, he has been declared as Xenos Viator Galvus, outcast and enemy of Garlemald. I don't think he's going to care. Fandaniel is no more, and now his own people turn against him. It seems he's not but his bloodlust to keep him company. Better that than an army sated. At any rate, I will not keep you longer. I pray you safe passage back to Sharlayan. Oh, things gonna get spicy in Sharlayan. Welcome back, Addis. We were so terribly worried about you. Though it's plain I've caused my own fair share of worry, and for that I apologize. Heidelin called to me the day that we entered the Tower of Babel. Her pleas were faint but desperate, and I knew at once she required a vessel to carry out her will. What came after feels like a dream barely remembered, my body flowing through the life stream towards Garlemald. Be careful, Kryl. When I regained consciousness, I was all aches and frostbite, exhausted of ether. So exhausted, in fact, I could only laugh, for it was then in that moment I understood Raha's wariness from the Tower of Zot. Would that I could laugh at a time like this. Though he prevented Zodiark from being unleashed upon the world, I'm curious to know what else took place there on the moon. Perhaps we should wait for the others to join us before you give your full account. Let us reconvene in the main hall once they've arrived. Sorry to have kept you all waiting. Not at all. We understand you've been quite busy. Will Urianger be joining us? No, he's staying on the moon for a while. Duty keeps him away, I'm afraid, though Goddess can explain why better than I. The final days, as befell Amarok. And we are to escape via the moon? What are the source and its reflections? I have no intention of standing by where the world falls to ruin. So, how do we stop this? Unfortunately, we have no answers at present. If the celestial currents have grown stagnant, as was the case in the time of Amarat, the solution would be to alter the flow ether throughout the entirety of the star. The ancients accomplished this by summoning Zodiark, sacrificing half the star's population in the doing. But it should go without saying that such a sacrifice cannot be repeated. Which leaves us with the daunting task of identifying the underlying catalyst for the final days, a feat which even the Amarotines could not accomplish. Unfortunately, we found no clues in Mare Lamentorum. There is still much we do not know about the catastrophe itself, let alone what may have caused it. The final days were marked by the corruption of the Amarotines' creation magics, but we command no such power, which invites the question, what havoc is in store for us? If we knew that much, perhaps we could draw out some parallel with the events of the past, and thereby form some semblance of a plan. Perhaps we should start with the Forum, then. Having worked with the Loporrits in secret all this time, there is surely more they can tell us. Forgive the interruption, I've got urgent news. The Forum is holding a public assembly in the plaza outside. Some sort of announcement. What is Father up to now? There's only one way to find out. Oh, this music doesn't bode well.
Order! Order, I say! I thank you all for gathering here on such short notice. This day we must speak of grave affairs and their implications for the future of Sharlayan, nay, of this very star. Said affairs concern all citizens. So we have called for a public assembly. You may have heard rumors of the Talopheroi and the havoc these madmen wreak abroad. Under normal circumstances, we would pay little heed to petty disturbances outside our borders. The final days, however, are another matter altogether. For we dare not ignore these prophetic words of Eld.
Oh, now you guys care about this.
The End-bearers will come, ushering chaos and calamity. The final days descend and devour the very star.
I've never heard this prophecy.
Is it true? Will all that really happen?
Calm yourselves. The time has come to speak of the Forum's most sacred duties. But first...
Give voice to the voiceless. Let bindings be unbound. By unanimous decree, I declare the enchantment broken.
Master Leveilleur, if you would.
Very well. "270 years ago, our forebears began an expedition in the Dravanian hinterlands, in search of a route to access the ethereal sea. This much is public knowledge. Their findings, however, would become the Forum's most closely guarded secret. What those researchers discovered in the hinterlands was not a passage unto the ethereal sea, but the very heart of our star, and Hydaelyn herself."
What? So a direct line to her.
She spoke to them of a calamity that would extinguish all life, and of a means by which we might be spared.
Oh, this is how they got in touch with the Loporrits.
The moon. 'Tis in truth a gargantuan vessel built to serve as sanctuary for her children and deliver them from this doom. Much like Nunkref's hope in ages past, it will bear the people of a world in the throes of death to a new home.
Needless to say, this will be no small undertaking. To facilitate the great work, the Forum has maintained close contact with the servants of Hydaelyn, who presently reside on the moon.
Can you imagine being some common person just hearing all this at once and attempting to process it?
Convinced that the foretold end was all but inevitable, we began amassing a wealth of knowledge, not merely for the betterment of our nation, but in preparation for the journey to come.
You reveal this to us now? By the gods, how long do we have?
Yeah, that's gonna piss people off for sure.
While we cannot say with certainty, we believe the hour to be nigh. We received a transmission from the moon suggesting as much not long ago. Which is why we must in earnest begin preparations for the great exodus. For his impressive contributions and the leadership he demonstrated during our withdrawal from Dravania, we have elected Master Leveilleur to oversee this initiative.
Oh, God.
Fellow scribes and scholars, my countrymen, we face a threat of unprecedented scale. We must challenge the trials before us with composure and conviction if we are to find salvation. The wisdom of Sharlayan has ever been a shining beacon in the darkness, and so it shall continue to be. It is our solemn charge to see our heritage preserved for future generations. For those who will come after, we will brave a new frontier.
I mean, that's gonna be a lot for these common folks to take. Like, I would assume they'd be panicking at this point. Or not.
Administrative edicts will be relayed to all major institutions ere long. In the meantime, carry on with your duties. With that, I hereby call this assembly to a close.
Wow, everybody's very calm about it. I'm kind of surprised.
Do you remember what Mother told us when we visited home? That it wasn't until after we were born that Father seemed to lose himself in his work. If that great work of his was the evacuation of this star, then...
Yes. It wasn't for his benefit.
Oh no, are you gonna try to turn him into a good guy now? Or turn him around?
would you mind waiting here a moment? I wish to speak with Father before we leave.
Is that a good idea? Take your time. Keep it civil, eh?
I may look daggers at him, but I will neither speak nor draw them.
Good.
If it's all the same to you, I have a few choice words to share with Father as well.
Okay, you're probably gonna yell at him, though. He won't, but you probably will.
So, come to call us cowards and bid us join your fruitless battle against the inevitable.
Oh, fuck you.
Nay, we do not object to the Forum's proposal. On the contrary, those who wish to flee have every right to do so. Urianger is cooperating with your associates on the moon to ensure that all is ready should evacuation be our only recourse.
I wonder if they'll be surprised that we knew that. Oh, maybe not.
Then whatever your business, I suggest you be brief.
Though we cannot boast the boundless wisdom of Sharlayan, we have first-hand knowledge of foreign cultures and have conversed with no small number of peoples. These experiences have taught us fundamental truths that cannot be recorded in any tome nor charted on any map. The beating heart of this planet is its people, many of whom would give anything, even their lives, to protect the lands they love. Many may choose to join you in the end. But what of those unwilling or unable, for whom escape will never be an option? What would you have them do? To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, Father. It is indolence.
Yep. Toss your grandpa's words back at him.
This is why we choose to fight.
We'll not ask for your understanding, Father. Only that you don't turn a blind eye to the good we have done. That we can still do. We're not children in need of protection. Hold fast to your principles and let the world burn if it please. But we believe there is still another way. And if there is, we will find it. You see if we don't.
Atta girl.
Do as you will. Just stay out of our way.
What is going on in that head of yours?
Were he not so consumed with self-righteousness, he might tell you how proud he is of you both.
Yeah, he did seem a little conflicted there at the end.
Bold words call for bold action, and there'll be no turning to your father should plans go awry.
As if I ever would. So long as there are those who wish to stay and fight for this star, we have to do what we can to help them.
And if we're to do that, we'll need to be well rested. Wouldn't you agree? And having triumphed over what we once thought to be the source of all evil, I can think of no one in greater need of at least a dozen winks.
Yeah, I don't know how much actual sleep I've had this entire time I've been in this game. Like, since ARR. Maybe one night's full sleep?
Shall we then? To the Annex, to prepare for tomorrow.
crowd tells me that the Forum made a rather momentous announcement. So there's to be a great exodus, is there? I'm reminded of my narrow escape from the Isle of Val, the realization, the running, the mixture of relief and regret after. Why me, I ask myself. Why me? Why us? Why now? Why wonder? There's no use fretting over this cosmic morality or lack thereof. We're here, and we'll get through this together. And who knows? Maybe my luck will rub off and grant everyone a narrow escape. There's no harm in praying for as much. Oh, but enough of my rambling. I'm sure you're exhausted. Your chamber awaits. Oh no, am I gonna have a fucking vision? Nightmare sleep? Nightmare vision? I miss you, Ardbert. What the hell? Oh, that's fucking creepy. A visitor has come knocking at your door. Whoever could it be? Whoa! Oh, Jesus. Who do I pick? Alphano, Alize, Thancred, Y'shtola, G'raha, Tia, Estinien. I'd love to talk to Estinien and G'raha. I talk to Alphano and Alize a lot, so I feel like I already kind of know what they would say. I am kind of curious about Thancred, but he's probably more just concerned about Reen. Y'shtola, she's probably at the bottom of the list for me. So it's either G'raha or Estinien. G'raha's probably going to talk about the source, about the first. Or his experiences. I kind of want to know what an average guy feels like in this whole situation. Like, Estinien's been through kind of the ringer. Let's see what he has to say. Oh, he's smiling. Oh, it's a nice outfit.
You're alone.
Oh,
good.
God, the music. Give me the feels right up front.
The twins thought now would be a wonderful time to pay a visit to my chambers. Rather than listen to them bicker over tonight's snacks and tomorrow's plans, I seized the first opportunity to make my escape.
Smart.
To their credit, they decided against intruding on your peace and quiet.
Come on in. No?
Can all be a bit exhausting at times, can't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I can.
I wasn't sure what to make of you at first. During the Dragon Song War, how quick you were to take up a cause not your own. But I came to see that is simply the way of you and yours. I will not pretend to understand this talk of ancient primals and the final days, but I trust in your judgment and choose to believe in your cause. You and Alphano have my lance, now and always.
Aw, thanks, man. That means a lot. Kind of been through a lot too. And came out better on the other side.
You'll need it. Rack and ruin looming on the horizon. Calamity bearing down upon us. There's no place I'd rather be than here. Standing shoulder to shoulder with friends on the front line.
Aww.
So do not hesitate to send me against your enemies. I'll make them rue the day they met me.
Oh, I love you, boy. Love you, Estinien.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I could do with a little air.
Alright, I'll see you later.
If Alphano asks, I was never here.
Man, those are some tight pants. Are you gonna...
Until the morrow.
Wait, are you gonna just jump out the window? Okay, Batman. A short while earlier in the Alamegan Quarter. Oh, wait, was that?
Thank the gods that tower is gone. The sight of it was enough to make me sick.
Is that Red Mage guy? God, I forgot the Makote's name. That was probably him.
Thank the Ilsabar contingent, more like. Word is, they fought their way into Garlemald and toppled the bloody thing themselves. Not just the one, neither. All the towers have up and vanished.
Aye, I heard the same. Commander Aldin and his troops helped keep casualties to a minimum, too. But is it true they brought back tempered Garlean soldiers?
As Commander Aldin tells it, they've a treatment for that now. But don't you worry. Cured or not, they've no plans to bring them into the city proper.
I see. Well, that's a relief then. I know we've brothers and sisters among the lot, but I can't say I'm eager to welcome them home.
Wait, who's this?
Wanted to think about it for a while yet. But to be looked after in Alagana for the time being.
Oh no, is this, what's his face? Julius? Wait, who the hell is this? What the fuck? Meanwhile, in Ishgard... Oh god. What are you gonna do there? Oh, it's, what's his name, Ernville?
Another day,
Ernville.
another commission of paramount importance. Well, what have we here?
Drunk guy? Or not drunk? Uh-oh.
Hey, are you all right?
What the fuck? A zombie? Oh shit.
Was that? No. The shadows play tricks, nothing more.
No, he had stuff coming out of him. What the fuck was that? Is he like Venom?
The towers are gone, and the Garlean threat is abated. Yet,
Yeah, something weird is happening.
why does it feel as though it's about to get much, much worse?
Creepy music continuing. Oh shit, what is going on? What the fuck? What the hell is this? Some, like, plague? Oh shit. Oh god, here we go. Oh goddess, I was just about to call for you. I'm afraid we've received another call for assistance. This one comes from Radz-at-Han. The others have assembled in the main hall to discuss the situation. You must join them at once. Did I even get a full night's sleep? I don't think I did. Ah, there you are. Our worst fears have come to pass, but moments ago we received grim tidings from our contact in Radz-at-Han. Vile beasts have appeared as if out of nowhere, claiming one victim after the next. What's more, they say their very sky burns above them. Good gods, are the final days already upon us? It would appear so. Sadly, this is all the information we have at present. No doubt the people of Radz-at-Han are busy fighting for their lives. Then we must go at once. They need our help. Oh boy. Wait, wouldn't you see the fire in the sky everywhere? Not just there? Whatever. Agreed. Kryle, you best remain here with Tataru and gather what knowledge you can. You're in no condition for a long journey, I imagine. Yeah, don't let Hydaelyn snatch your body anymore either. Very well. Similar phenomena may have been observed elsewhere, and if so, we must know about it at once. Be safe out there, yes? Let us first make for Yttermad. We must prepare ourselves for what may lie ahead. If the might of Vertra is not enough to hold these fiends at bay, Radz-at-Han is in dire straits indeed. We must go at once. If this calamity has indeed come to Thavnair, it is all too likely that Corvus across the strait finds itself in a similar predicament. Even now, it remains an imperial province, and as such, it may be some time until we can ascertain the situation there. We can only hope that Kryle and Tataru will be able to provide us with some insight sooner rather than later. No similar creatures have been sighted here in Sharlayan. That said, the early signs may manifest in other regions ere long. We must be prepared for every eventuality. Yeah, like Ishgard and Alamigo? Boy, let's go. Oh shit.
And lo, vile beasts did rise.
Oh my god.
Leaving naught in their wake but blood and ash.
Where the hell are they coming from, though?
Sun scorches earth and boils seas. And our sins ascend unto the heavens.
But how?
3 dooms to unmake all we were.
The sky burns. The final days are truly upon us.
My friends, I trust you have heard the news.
Yeah.
We have. What can you tell us of the situation, Your Excellency?
Last night, the isle was rocked by tremors, and the earth itself cried out.
Oh, just like what happened in Amarat.
Aloft, the heavens began to burn. From all about, unholy beasts, the likes of which we had never seen, came forth in fury and rage. No. To say they came forth would be inexact. The people of Radz-at-Han themselves transformed into these baleful fiends.
But randomly? Is it like a virus, or...?
Though the phenomenon was observed throughout our lands, the first creature, the largest and most dreadful of the lot, wrought havoc upon us here in our fair city. Though they bear superficial resemblance to divinities of legend, they are ungodly abominations. The people decry them as blasphemies. The large one's rampage has since taken it to the northern reaches of the island. I mean to dispatch our radiant host in an attempt to quell the threat.
And what of Vritra?
Vritra too makes for the north of his own accord, and yet he knows the blasphemy and its minions were but yesterday his beloved people.
Oh god, so he can't fight them? I mean, you gotta make a choice at one point.
I pray his boundless compassion and mercy does not deter him from taking unenviable but necessary action.
Yeah. Gotta smack some sense into that dragon.
Understood. I ask that you allow us to aid you in quelling this threat.
You would risk your lives to help us yet again? I have no words to express my gratitude. Our regiments approach the north from several directions, with a number of units set to depart from the docks of Yedlimad. They will make landfall in an area of dense jungle, where one can expect to encounter dangers even beyond the fell beasts we hunt. I leave you to your preparation. You will find me at the docks when you are ready to depart.
Oh boy. Make that fist? Yes.
We're as prepared as we'll ever be. Let's go.
You got it. Oh wow, it's music. Okay. Dire circumstances indeed. Wait, can I still pick up quests from people? Probably not a good time to do so. Everyone is assembled, yes? I thank you for lending us your aid in our battle against the blasphemy. Let us review our plan of attack. I would have you board this boat and circle around to the north side of the island. There you will find a dense jungle we call Vanaspati. It is a sacred wood, home to the many temples and a number of villages. Vritra and the Radiant Host have gone there ahead of us. I ask that you join them, and do all in your power to destroy the blasphemy. Oh, that's just straight up a dungeon, okay. For change of pace, maybe I can get a regular group for this. Whoa, that was really fast. Okay, let's go. Oh, Jesus. Fucking killer centipedes. Alright, let's do this.
My friends, heed me. These are children of Thavnair. Forgive me. I could do them no harm. If this is the only way, pray continue onward.
Oh, too late for us all. The hell? Ew.
What is this vile presence I sense? The Horde draweth near. Be on your guard.
Oh no, elephants! We have to get out! Oh no, no, no. Oh no! Wow. Oh shit. Oh, that is a gross looking one. Oh my god. These look like the ghosts from Final Fantasy VII Remake. Oh my god. What an image. Who's the big bad here?
As I feared.
What is it?
Oh no. Now what?
The beast was there, and now it is no more. Yes?
Indeed. We saw it plain. But you didn't, did you?
I saw nothing. Not the blasphemy that perished here, nor the other men turned beasts. And because of this, I now see all too well. There is no ether. Where the creatures should be, I saw naught but emptiness.
What the hell? So it's just darkness? How can that be?
Emptiness? But that would mean...
Recall the words of the Watcher. 'Twas a stagnancy of ether, a cessation of flow, leading to decay and absence, that led the ancients to conclude their star was dying. This is the same phenomenon. The instant these people are seized by the transformation, their ether begins to rot and crumble away like dried mud.
But why do they turn into monsters for that?
Until, from their corporeal forms to their very souls, naught remains.
But the beast spoke with its dying breath. Surely at least a sliver of the man it was endured.
Mayhap so. But even if the process was incomplete, it was little more than a faint residue.
Gods be good. You're saying they cannot be saved?
I think you can't win this one, Alize.
Not by any means known to me.
Maybe my little flower? Maybe? Oh, God.
Or by any means at all, like as not. For there is naught left to save.
They return not even to the ethereal sea.
So where do they go, though? Where does the ether go? It just dries up? It has to go somewhere.
The beasts rage on, their hunger insatiable. Even deprived of their master, they perpetuate his legacy of hate. Once proud sons and daughters of Thavnair, all of them, and now I spill their blood.
Oh, but you... there's nothing you could do. You have no other option.
Vitra, my friends, I am heartened to see you safe.
You put your secret at risk.
Those closest to me already know the truth. A truth I must now share with one and all. Vitra, calamity has come to Radz-at-Han. Our fair nation is rent by screams of pain and despair. More than ever, we require a strong leader to shepherd us through the storm. Reveal your true self to our people, Vitra, and guide us to salvation.
Yeah, that would help.
What madness is this, I One? Thou dost forget thyself. Were we to reveal our duplicity, it will do naught but foster confusion and chaos.
Well, okay, but they know he exists, right? So he could just say he's come to help, right? Like they're God or something.
Nay, I shall remain the Satrap's loyal ally and do battle with the beasts. Easing hearts and leading the people to safety is thy task, and thine alone.
Yeah, I don't know what saying he's the leader, like, how that will change things. I think him being present and killing things should still help.
I ask that you remain at Ahewan's side, and render unto him what aid you may. I know not what lies ahead, but without you, Radz-at-Han will not survive.
Take me with you.
Oh? He's like, excuse me?
I am as at home fighting in the air as I am on land. Take me with you.
Yeah, you're practically flying around all the time when I see you.
Were my words unclear? I require no assistance. Thy place is at Ahewan's side.
Estinien, here.
What is that?
The last thing you ever wanted. A link pearl.
You're part of the team now, pal. You gotta have one.
We'd gain much from knowing your elevated perspective. And it'll keep you from getting lonely, which I know you love.
You heard the man. Seems I'm coming with you after all.
Yep. Let's go.
Then I pray thy grip is iron. Be it on thy head if thou dost chance to fall.
He had practice with Tiamat. I'm sure you can handle it.
Fair enough. Now, shall we?
I fear it is as Vitra says. We will not survive this on our own. While I am loath to impose upon you again.
I would insist if you did not. 'Tis the very reason we have come.
Then once more I find myself without words to thank you properly. Let us return to the capital and plan our next course of action.
Yeah, you probably don't want to be standing around here talking any longer than you need to. As things fly around, things burn all around you. Just having a chat. Our radiant host has eliminated the immediate threat to the city, though it pains me to know those beasts were once my own people. There's no telling when or where the next transformation might occur. We must remain vigilant and steel ourselves for whatever is yet to come. Forgive me, my friends, but I must return to Megaduta for the time being. There I can better manage the crisis and dispatch my troops as the situation demands. In that case, we shall carry out an investigation of our own here in the city. Mayhap the residents can tell us more about the first of the transformations and the conditions under which it occurred. If we can ascertain what exactly triggered these tragic events, it may give us some insight as to a possible solution. Time is of the essence. Let us split into 3 groups that we may cover more ground. Alize and I will see to Pax's path. Thankard and Ishtola pray make for Dharma. I leave Artha to Graha and you, Vandus. Any information you can gather on the first blasphemy of the manifestation of the final days here in the city would be most helpful. When we have completed our respective inquiries, let's reconvene in front of Megaduta, that we might share what we've learned over the satrap, or with the satrap. Shall we be off then? Arthur is home to the High Crucible of Alchemia, whose alchemists forged many of our warding scales. That seems as good a place as any to begin our investigation, don't you think? I spoke briefly with Nuhadin, the chief alchemist there, on our last visit. He should be happy to answer our queries. Ah, I remember those red eyes. You were with those Scions who commissioned the scales from us, yes? I welcome you back to the High Crucible. What brings you here in these troubling times? We are assisting the satrap in investigating the crisis that plagues the city. Did you happen to catch sight of any of the creatures? I did. As I was going about my work, I was disturbed by the crashing footsteps so powerful that the very ground shook. I rushed outside and could not believe what I beheld. The night sky was burning. Suddenly, I heard panicked screams coming from the direction of Balsan Bazaar. In the next instant, a monstrous beast poked its head out from amidst the stalls. A handful of the Radiant rushed to the scene, only to be set sprawling as the fiend and its minions propelled themselves skyward. So the blasphemy came from the vicinity of the markets. This knowledge may prove useful. I thank you for sharing your tale. Well, I do believe we now know where we should inquire next. To the bazaar, then. Is there something the matter, traveler? If you are lost, perhaps I could be of assistance. Your offer is most appreciated. We're not lost, but we're in need of information. Might you know anything about the gargantuan beast that rampaged through the bazaar? I saw it all, though I wish I had not. I was going about my work when all of a sudden a piercing scream cut through the air. I turned around, and there was this fiend, its massive body bursting through the entryway with the force of a tidal wave, and then it was gone as quickly as it came. Sisters of mercy, what is happening to the world? What am I to do? Is there nowhere safe? Settle down, friend. The danger is past, at least for now. If it's not too painful to remember, could you tell us what you saw? First I heard the screams, then a horde of ravenous beasts came charging toward us. One of them was huge, bigger than a Merid, throwing people around like rag dolls, and it was eating them. I hid under the counter, saw others do the same. But the shrieking and wailing kept getting louder, more voices in the throng. Beasts or victims, I couldn't tell. I knew not what was happening. I still don't. That is good enough, my good man. Or that is enough, my good man. You are brave to share with us your tale. Many of your fellow merchants are safe. The High Crucible, too, has survived mostly unscathed. Pray stay close to your friends and loved ones, and rest your body and mind while you are able. I suspect that's the most we can expect from the people here to tell us. I think it's best we find a place outside the bazaar where we might rest and review our findings. Judging by their accounts, the transformation had already occurred by the time the beast reached the bazaar. It tore through the west side of the bazaar and headed towards the Aetherite Plaza. In other words, the blasphemy may have first appeared in this vicinity. That being the case, the people in that mayhem can surely tell us more. Even after repairing all that damage, it'll take a while for business to pick up again. You got other things to worry about. You mean the blasphemy? That's what the Radiant have been calling it anyway. I saw it too, we all did. I was standing here at the counter as Merid poured me a drink when suddenly there came this dreadful sound, like a pained, angry groan. It was unlike anything I'd ever heard. I turned around in shock, and from an ominous cloud of black mist rose the creature, enormous and ghastly to behold. As for what happened next, to recall it sends shivers up my spine. By some stroke of fortune, I was able to slip out before the beast got its claws on me. But the sight that greeted me offered no solace. The blue sky above had turned red as blood. Merid, myself, and the other survivors clung to each other for dear life until the Radiant host came to our aid. Wait, did I hear you correctly? The beast manifested before the sky began to burn? I'm certain of it. The windows here offer a clear view of the sky, and I saw nothing out of the ordinary until the beast appeared and began to rage. Going after that enormous beast, are you? Aye, I saw it, including the very instant that poor bastard transformed. Damn, the gods for putting me here. It started over there by the window. A few men, merchants probably, talking and drinking. Conversation must have taken a turn for the worst. Next thing I know, their leader, I suppose he was, buries his head in his hands and black mist was swirling around him. Then his whole body bursts apart, and there stands a hideous, slavering beast, massive and foul, all gaping maws and bulging eyes. His friends start shrieking, and the black mist comes again, until the change takes them too. The stuff of nightmares, I tell you. Nightmarish indeed. Incidentally, do you perchance know who those merchants were? No, I'm a decorator by trade, not much cause to mingle with their sort. Saw Michael, the barmaid, chatting with them, though. She might know something. Oh, hello there. Welcome to Radz-at-Han. What can we get you? We have come not for libations, but rather for information. You are Michael, yes? We are investigating the so-called blasphemy on the satrap's behalf. We hear it was one of your customers, a merchant, that first underwent the transformation. What can you tell us about him? He was something of a regular here, especially of late. Khazal... Wait. Khazal? Khazal was his name. He ran his own consortium, dealing primarily in the exports of Thavnairian specialties. That's the aura we talked to at the beginning. Yes, you remember him. It's through him we met Matsia. Yes, the name rings a bell. Didn't you meet them both on your first trip to Thavnair? Oh, fuck. That's why he said, ruined, I'm ruined. I was wondering about that. He had been so, like, the last thing he had been worried about was his business. If I recall correctly, Khazal ran a trading operation in Yedlmad, and it was there that you made Matsia's acquaintance. Yes, and that is the same Khazal, no doubt. A rather successful man, from what I gather. That said, it was clear he had fallen on hard times as of late. Those ghastly towers popping up everywhere could not have been good for business. Even now, with the towers gone, the collapse of the Empire has led to all sorts of problems elsewhere. The market for luxuries is surely not what it once was. Trying times for the head of a trading consortium, indeed. Khazal was a compassionate man. Even as his own business suffered, he did what he could to provide for the artisans, fishermen, and many others who counted on him to sell their wares. Indeed, that was the very topic of yesterday's meeting, as far as I could hear. Yet as they discussed matters further, Khazal's tone grew grave and grim. It was then that... Forgive me. I would not have you recall the memory if it brings you pain. If I could, I would ask one more thing. Did you notice anything unusual about Khazal in particular? Please. Anything at all. Sorry. Nothing springs to mind. Perhaps someone else can help you? Khazal lived for his work, and had no family that I know of. His employees and associates knew him best, but they too are lost to us. Still, perhaps his neighbors know something I do not. I can direct you to them if you believe it would help. What do you say? I take it that your establishment did not escape the attack unscathed? We did not. Thankfully, most of our workers had already left for the day, but those of us still here saw it all. We looked to the burning skies in confusion, and then, before we could even begin making sense of it, a hideous creature burst through the doors, shrieking. We ran for our lives, but one of my colleagues was not so fortunate. He cried out a scream of agony, such terror, and in the next instant he, too, sprouted fearsome claws. The sight of it caused another fellow to panic, and then he too transformed. I'm sorry. Was there something you wanted to ask? Indeed. You knew the merchant Khazal, did you not? I believe he had some dealings with your establishment. Khazal, I know him well. We arranged for his consortium to deliver a large shipment of fabrics, but in the end, we received a better offer and had to turn him down. I understand his business is struggling, but so is ours. Another of our most reliable trading partners agreed to transport the goods for a much smaller commission, and we'd have been fools to refuse. I felt terrible for withdrawing the offer, but you must understand, we simply had no choice. He tried to put on a brave face when I delivered the news, but his dejection and despair were plain as day. He said he'd discuss it with his associates, but I could tell he'd all but given up hope. Dejection and despair. So is it feeding off of the emotions of somebody to cause them to turn? You remember what we saw in Vanaspati, yes? Soldiers and jungle dwellers pushed to the very brink, turning into beasts one after the next. It would seem the same phenomenon occurred here. The poor craftsmen attacked by the fiends, as well as those that witnessed it, all undergoing the change. I suspect that everything began with Khazal. By all accounts, it was he who suffered from the most profound and piercing despair. Wait, could that be it? That such intense emotions were what triggered his transformation? Much remains unclear, but I believe we are drawing closer to an answer. At any rate, we must discuss our findings with the others.
There you are. You've spoken with the survivors?
Yeah.
Indeed. We thought to share what we have gleaned, that we might together gain a greater understanding of present circumstances.
Fortuitous timing. Alize and I completed our own investigations not long ago.
Then we should take a moment to compare notes. Shall we begin with the two of you?
So the merchant Khazal was gravely concerned about his business in the days preceding his untimely end.
The tales we heard were much the same. The first victims to be changed into blasphemies were all overcome with anguish of one manner or another. Then those who saw their loved ones stolen before their eyes succumbed to a similar panic, setting in motion a chain of transformations.
Fear, unease, despair. These negative feelings serve as a catalyst.
If so, then it is not unlike the calamity that befell the ancients. With their creation magics, they unwittingly gave form to untold horrors. Had they simply lost control, surely it would have manifested in many forms, not all of them monstrous. Yet somehow, this phenomenon is triggered solely by the darkness in their hearts, a common thread with what we now witness.
Common, but not identical. While the beasts the ancients faced were forged with magic alone, those of today are born of sentient beings. Why remains to be seen, but there is one fundamental difference between us and our predecessors. Our souls are sundered, whereas theirs were not. Perhaps that single variable makes all the difference.
If I may, there was another detail that troubled me. We have it on good authority that Khazal's transformation took place before the skies began to burn.
What? If that's true, then the situation's more dire than we realized.
Does that make a difference? Like, did that cause the sky to go red? I don't understand.
It means even if there's no ominous sign presaging the final days. Anyone, anywhere, has the potential to become a beast.
Oh, okay. Oh no. That's actually really bad because it might be somebody we know, and I really hope it's not.
Even in lands we thought safe, even as we speak.
Oh, don't you say that. Fuck. Just don't panic and you won't turn into one.
Look! It's the satrap! The satrap!
Thank the heavens!
My countrymen, I am relieved and heartened to see you strong and safe. While the danger has not yet passed, far from it, allow me to assure you that the beasts that raged within the city walls have been exterminated to the last.
Well, that's good. If they're not despairing, then hopefully no more people will turn into them, at least for now.
Outside this sanctuary, the brave men and women of the Radiant Host and our dragon ally continue to battle our unholy foes. I pray these tidings put your minds at ease and help you calm your hearts. Have faith that we shall soon conquer this terrible trial.
Your Excellency, is there any word from Palaka's stand?
Where is that?
My grandson was bound for there yesterday, and I worry for his life.
We are still awaiting a report, but I promise you, as soon as I have aught to share.
Oh?
Your Excellency!
Oh no.
I bring grave news!
Oh boy.
You are?
I'm Matsya of Akyali.
Oh.
A humble fisherman.
Hey, it's the one we know.
Ah. I remember you from our first visit.
Wait, you're... But no, that can wait. When the skies turned red, I set off for Palaka's stand, fearing for the safety of a friend. But as I drew near the village, I saw dreadful beasts all about.
No! Gods have mercy!
No, don't panic. Don't fucking panic.
Your Excellency! Save my grandson, I beg of you!
We will spare no effort to save all we can, but you must remain calm.
Calm? You tell me to be calm? You saw those beasts? They tore our bravest warriors limb from limb!
Calm. Don't freak out.
What if we are too late, huh? They catch him, stick their fangs into him?
Oh shit.
The fangs! The screams!
Get away from her, now!
Oh, Jesus. Whoa. No. It's like if you're close enough, it just gets you. Oh, shit. Oh my god.
Damn it! We've got to kill them before it spreads!
We'll handle this. See the townspeople to safety.
I guess we don't give in to despair, so we don't turn, but still.
As fast as you can!
Oh god.
No!
Don't panic. Oh my... Oh, it turned into a tiny one. Oh, jeez. Oh my god. Stop him. Stop him. No. Oh my god.
Our people, you must save them.
Fucking do something. It's like Attack on Titan. Oh shit.
My son.
Don't
Enough.
touch.
You must run. For their sake and your own.
Just calm yourself.
Yes. You will survive. You must.
So you can pull them back from it. Kind of. Oh my god. Don't. What are you gonna do?
Be strong, my friends!
Oh.
Fear not, for we will defeat these abominations!
He's channeling the Crystal Exarch power. Leadership. The strong leader voice.
Brave men and women of the Radiant Host, lend your Stola and Thancred your aid. Let not a single beast escape. The rest of you, flee this place. Carry the wounded if you must. Head indoors or underground.
You tell him, Graha.
Above all, stay calm. No beast will follow you. We will see to that.
Alphino! Alice! Leave the city to us, and make for Palaka's stand at once! Matsya, show my friends to the village! I promise you, they're more capable than the host's finest!
Right! Go with them, will you? We will save these people. As many as we can.
Be careful, Exarch. We must save Palaka's stand, whatever it takes. Matsya, it pains me to put you in harm's way, but I would ask your aid as well. Oh, of course. Palaka's stand is not far, just down that hill. But as I told His Excellency before, the path was blocked by terrible creatures. I had no choice but to turn back. In that case, this is what we shall do. Gaddis, I ask that you take the lead and dispatch any beast you encounter. Alice and I will keep Matsya hidden amidst the trees and follow when the path is clear. I got this, don't worry. There's no telling what dangers await us. Keep your eyes peeled.